Got it. Welcome to Charm City. Right now, we're coming out of week 11. We're about to advance the league. When we're coming out of week 11, after our game with the Broncos, we have a quarterback breakout message. Let's see what happened. One of the new patches that they did, they give quarterbacks coach another huge day for quarterback Anthony Iverson, who you must feel lucky to have as the leader of this team. He's the best in the league as far as I'm concerned. Every week he goes out there and showcases the incredible talent he has. And the scary thing is that he's only getting better. I am the greatest. QB Anthony Iverson has earned 15,000 XP. Oh, wow. That's huge. So that's going to be a part of an upgrade, I would assume. Let's go check that out real fast. All right, so we're dealing with 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, he didn't get upgraded, but we do got 4 upgrades. We're going to do that real fast before we advance so we can not get chipped out of upgrades. Kicker goes up to accuracy +2 kickers accuracy. And you're looking at Kawhi candidate is in his second season as a full-time starter. This guy is important to our offense, man. He gave up the most sacks on our team last year as the right tackle, the new starting right tackle, as we revamped our whole entire offensive line. The only centerpiece that's still around is Patrick Falk. At left guard, he's the centerpiece of this team. He's been the best lineman in the league for 7 straight years. Right now, he's in a battle with the Texans' offensive lineman right now for the top offensive lineman in the AFC. But candidate was vital to what we got going on this year. I mean, we want him to take the next step. The first year, he gave up 10 sacks. Gave up the most sacks as a lineman on our team, but he was in his first season as a full-time starter, this being his second. So you see his development from a 93. We're going to work on his pass protection. We don't want to work on agile right now because he's 93, 89, 87. So we're going to go pass protector here, see how many points he gets. And he gets 3 upgrades. He goes awareness 1, pass block finesse, and pass block power. We'll take that. And that'll put him in the 90s, so now we got to work on power. Just got to make him even for him to be able to develop into a complete offensive lineman. All right, so the Superman child, DW, Darnell Washington, the #1 overall pick, is having a lights out season right now. As you can see, possession, blocking, and vertical are all within each other's reach, and this is how you want to build your players. You do not want your guys, you know, having one thing way higher than another. So you don't want this to be 99 and these are in the 80s still like that. You got to keep them as even as possible to make your player a complete player. So we're going to go ahead and do a vertical stretch because there's only a few points away right now. And we know that even though we did vertical, the other one should upgrade as well. And they did. Possession went to 91, blocking went to 92, vertical went to 94. We'll take that. All right, and our last guy is our middle linebacker, Deron Adams. And we're going to see where he's at right now. As you can see, 98, 97, 96. And this is what you want. So now I can go run stopper here to try to make this the first cover piece. And as you can see, look what we get. Block shed, change of direction, play rec, strength, and tackling. And that should even out a lot more. As you look, 99, 98, 97, so they all within 1 point from each other before he's 99 tapped out. This is what you want to do when you're building your players. We can continue to build our players to be complete players versus great at one thing and, you know, average as the other. All right, so before we get out of here, we got to make sure we used our scouting points up as well. I do our draft classes, so as I'm doing them, we still got players to do. But for the most part, you know, the draft is getting to the point where it's almost complete out right now. We're going to look at some guys. We like to scout the entire position group just so we know what we're dealing with. When it comes down to scouting receivers, running backs, anything like that, the more guys you got, you scouted, the more, you know, the more information you get on them. So when it comes down to the draft, some guys you might not have on your board, if you scouted those guys, then you'll be able to you know, get a full estimate on what they are and who they are. So that's what we're doing right now. We're just gonna depend on who we want to go here. Take a look at some of these guys. We're gonna stay on the offensive side of things today. E.J. Williams, Clemson, 37. So we got one more guy we can mess with, and we're gonna put that on Chris Hudson. All right. Now, so we tap out there, we did our scouting, got everything going. Now we want to get into the next week before we go to an advance. I have to check on the league, but I also want to see who we play the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is going to be a big matchup. The Steelers are playing really good football. I will be doing a real talk show immediately upon advancing the league, but right now we just want to see where we at. Let me go ahead and make sure everything's everything. For the teams that are not playing, just gonna make sure the important games are important. Bang, bang. And when you tanking, you don't get to decide shit. Just so you know. All right, coach tried to play it 3 times away, and then Vikings Packers giving the Packers to win in this game. And we will advance and make sure injuries are off so those guys that aren't playing their games don't lose players. All right, so Charm City, man, we got one loss on the season. Our one loss comes to the Buffalo Bills, same team that knocked us out of the championship game last year. That's something that we're going to take dear to our hearts. We need to be able to make sure we don't lose sight of what we are and who we are when it comes down to being in the AFC, man. That's a big time game because they're still winning. They got one loss, but their loss came from the NFC, so they'll still have a one up on us because of that. So we got a lot of work to do moving forward right now. We're about to get into a divisional game, AFC North rival game between the Pittsburgh Steelers, what we'll talk about at advance. All right, so here we go. Now we all right. We're back into week 12 right now. So tonight, what we'll do is we'll go through Steelers team and see where they at with it. As you can see, these guys are sitting at one game behind 500 right now. So the Browns are 5-5, the Steelers are 5-6, and the Bengals are 2-8 right now. And we got a tremendous lead over them. But any team we play, when it comes down to divisional, is a game. So we don't never overlook any of those teams. Any of those teams can come, knock our head off at any moment. Let's talk about press conference right now. What they want to talk to John Harbaugh about in this rival game. You're facing a bitter rival in the Steelers this week, and limited the impact on Shannon Sharp must be a top priority. How will you stop him? So we can either praise Shannon, challenge Shannon, or talk trash to him. Let's do something I don't really do. Let's talk trash. Our top priority is smashing the Steelers. As far as we're concerned, he's just going to be another guy with a confused look trying to figure out how they got beat so badly. Damn. Beat the Steelers for 3 turnovers on defense. Okay. Now, when you go that hard and you pick things like that, if you don't complete those things, you're gonna go red stuff start popping up. So be careful when they ask you things like that. Praising a player is the safe way to safest way not to lose any XPs or green arrows can go turn red on you real fast. So if I lost this game and Shannon Sharp has a great day, it's going to be problems for our defense going into the next couple of games right now. All right, we back in Charm City though, so that's going to be a good thing. We playing Charm City. I'm playing in Charm City. We're going to play the Pittsburgh Steelers, our hateful rivals. We don't like this team whatsoever. I mean, it's really not a team in my division that we actually care for. And this team being one of the ones we really don't care for. So as we check it out, we see what happened in weekly awards right now. Obviously, if it's showing up on my screen, that means somebody did their thing. And as you can see, Anthony Iverson had a big day. All right, so we're going to leave now. I'll come back and get back to Charm City. Welcome to Charm City, the episodes. Later, I just wanted to get that last part of coming out of the Broncos week, and we'll go into Pittsburgh week. We'll have a whole different show, so I'll holler at you in a second. When we come back, it will be the real talk.